action for another day of the week. Welcome to the Tuesday edition of Chasing That Paper, presented by VegasInsider.com, representing the Miami Dolphins today. Maybe the best offense in the NFL. Who knows? We will find out. So coming off of a 2-3 performance there yesterday, not very happy about it. How do I end up on the wrong end of epic collapses by both the Milwaukee Bucks and the Tampa Bay Lightning? I don't know if you call the Bucks one a bad beat. It was a collapse, but Jimmy Butler quite simply was not going to miss. Could have thrown it up from half court. Would have been nothing but net. But that Tampa Bay Lightning, that was a disgrace. A 4-1 lead blown in the third period at home. Yeah, so that one stung. Makes for a rough night of sleeping. That said, though, I got to be fair. I probably didn't deserve that Lakers win. I had them -4.5. They were losing through most of the fourth quarter. Of course, LeBron forces overtime, and they end up covering in overtime. Overtime is where underdogs go to die. So a little bit of luck there. The gambling gods playing with me a little bit. Hopefully we can make things right here tonight. 5 total picks across the NBA, Major League Baseball. Nothing I like on the board there for the NHL. So before we get into that action, guys, do me a favor. If you like the show, let me know. It's very easy. You just got to hit that like button right down there. Hit that subscribe button right down there as well. Okay, that's enough beating around the bush. Let's get right into the action. We're going to start things off in the NBA. Out in Denver, the Nuggets looking to close out their series with the Timberwolves. Going to go with the player prop. In this one, we're going to target Anthony Edwards. Take him to go over 28.5 points. This guy's going down with the ship. He's going down fighting. Check out his last 3 games. 41 points. Has topped this number of 20 points just once in this series. Rudy Gobert's Rudy Gobert, and Mike Conley isn't going to all of a sudden turn into Jimmy Butler. Edwards is all they got, averaging around 11 more shots per game than any of his teammates over the last 3. Double the points of Karl-Anthony Towns in the series as well. So like I said, I like him to go down with the ship. I like him to go down shooting and go over 28.5 points. All right, next up, West Coast over in Phoenix. The Suns looking to wrap up their series as well. A bit of a different type of bet here. I'm going to take the Clippers to cover the first quarter spread, coming in at +4.5. The Clippers have been coming out absolutely flying here in this series. They're +6 in the first quarter through 4 games in this series. You might say, well, Joe, what about the games without Kawhi? Well, the Clippers have been great in the first quarter in those games as well. They outscored them by 7 in one of the games, and they were tied at the end of the first quarter in another one of those games. And rough starts here for the Suns offense. Out of the 16 teams in the playoffs, they rank 15th in first quarter EFG shooting percentage. They obviously get better as the game goes, but the slow starts have become a little bit of a pattern here. Complete 180 for the Clippers, though. Very strong shooting. Second out of the 16 playoff teams in first quarter EFG and 3-point shooting, where they've been extremely clutch, at least early on. Nice cushion here for the Clippers in the first quarter. I like them to cover +4.5. All right, let's get into some Major League Baseball off to Cincinnati for this one. I'm going to take the Rangers in the first 5 innings, coming in at -145. This pick is all about the offense. Check out OPS over the last 2 weeks. 3rd versus 28th in favor of the Texas Rangers. Now let's get into some lefty-righty hitting splits. The Reds cannot hit lefties. They face Martin Perez. They're ranked 26th in WRC plus versus left-handed pitching on the season. Rangers, meanwhile, completely obliterating right-handed pitching, taking on Luke Weaver. They're 3rd in WRC plus versus righties. I like the Rangers to be leading at the end of 5, -145. All right, another first 5 bet for this one. We are off to Chicago, where the San Diego Padres are in town. I'm going to take the Cubs. First 5 innings coming in at -120. A couple left-handed starters on the mound here in this one, and the Cubs do have the edge versus left-handed pitching. Chicago is 6th in WRC plus over the last 2 weeks versus lefties. San Diego coming in at 20th. 4th versus 24th in WRC Plus over the last week. So Chicago is easily the hotter offense. They also have the much hotter starter. Excellent start to the season for Justin Steele. A 1.44 ERA and a .88 whip. Decent competition in there for him too. Dodgers, Rangers, and Brewers. Just 3 total earned runs allowed for Steele in innings 1 through 5 in his 4 starts this season. Meanwhile, Blake Snell on the mound for the Padres. This guy's been an absolute disaster. ERA of 6.00 in innings 1 through 5. His 5th, right around the same number. This is a repeat of last season for Snell, where he also got off to a rough start. Give me the Cubs first 5 innings. All right, favorite pitcher prop of the day. We're off to Milwaukee for this one, where the Detroit Tigers are in town. Eric Lauer on the bump there for the Brewers. Strikeout total of 5.5. Give me the under on this one. Beautiful number. Plus 125. I think this is great value at plus money. Some surprising numbers here for the Tigers versus left-handed pitching. The 5th lowest strikeout percentage versus lefties over the last 2 weeks. Also come in at 11th in OPS versus lefties in this span, so maybe they can knock him around a little bit. Get that pitch count up, hopefully. And he's not a big strikeout guy to begin with here. He's topped this number of 5.5 just once in 4 starts this season. He stayed under 5.5 in 65% of his starts last season. Give me Eric Lauer under 5.5 strikeouts, baby. Yeah! Oh, so I talked about it. How do I end up on the wrong end of the Bucks collapse yesterday and the Lightning? The 2 guys I do the show with, Tito, won't shut up about the Miami Heat. All he does is complain about them, and they're losing. Now he's talking about them like the best team to ever grace the hardwood. And Ian, of course, with his Maple Leafs. Torture for me. So I'm happy to see those guys happy, kind of, maybe. I don't know about that. Okay, if you're looking to get some action tonight, I recommend getting that action in over at BetMGM. Let me tell you a little bit about them. We got an exclusive offer just for Vegas Insider users. Sign up with BetMGM using the code VI bonus match, and you will get up to $1,100 of your deposit matched by BetMGM. That's code VI bonus match, all one word, no spaces, for a first deposit offer of up to $1,100. Visit BetMGM.com for terms and conditions. You must be 21 years or older to wager. Offers for new customers only. BetMGM, the king of sportsbooks. All right. Couple topics to kick around here. So it finally happened. Aaron Rodgers is a Jet. And I can't believe people are falling for this. The Jets have the 6th best odds to win the Super Bowl. The 6th best odds. Aaron Rodgers is a guy who turns 40 years old this season. He's coming off of a season where he had his worst quarterback rating ever. And the most interceptions he threw since his rookie season. People think he's just going to bounce back. Tom Brady has totally distorted everybody's opinion and everyone's view of the aging quarterback. Guys typically don't bounce back at this point of their careers. Remember Peyton Manning fell off a cliff. How about Drew Brees? Same story. Phillip Rivers, same story. I think a more likelier outcome, Jets to win the Super Bowl? Are you kidding me? A more likelier outcome is what happened with Matt Ryan and the Colts last year. This isn't going to end well. Rodgers bouncing back? Are you kidding me? People talk about this Jets offense like this is this tremendous upgrade for Aaron Rodgers, and he's going to be thrown to Devontae Adams and Jordy Nelson in his prime again. That's not the case. The offense is all right. Average. Middle of the league. People are talking about Garrett Wilson like this is Randy Moss coming off his rookie season. For God's sakes, are you kidding me? People, he's back working with Nathaniel Hackett again. Congratulations. Nathaniel Hackett was the laughingstock of the NFL last year. Rodgers to bounce back? Oh, what am I forgetting? Oh, yeah. Rodgers sucks in big games. He is awful in big games. People have such a short memory. They're looking at Aaron Rodgers like it's a 30-year-old version of this guy showing up to training camp. for the Jets? No. Do we remember what happened in week 18 of the season versus the Lions? Win and get into the playoffs. Pretty good situation as a favorite on your home field versus maybe the worst defense in all the NFL. How'd the Packers do in that game? Oh, yeah, they scored 16 points, including 0 in the fourth quarter. How'd the season end the year before that? Oh, yeah, divisional round at home as a favorite. Scored 10 points versus the 49ers. And people are excited about this. I get it. You didn't have to give up a whole lot to get the guy. And yeah, 100%. It is an upgrade over Zach Wilson. 99% of rostered quarterbacks in the NFL is an upgrade over Zach Wilson. But people got to get their expectations in check. Are you kidding me? The 6th best odds to win the Super Bowl? We put up a poll on the Vegas Insider Twitter feed this morning talking about these Jets odds specific to the AFC. So the AFC, as we know, is absolutely stacked this season. And we asked, do you agree with the Jets having the 4th best odds at 9-1 to win the AFC now that they officially have Aaron Rodgers? 66.3% of the people agree with me. I like the Dolphins better than the Jets, of course. The Chargers, the Jaguars are going to have a much better path than the Jets have. I wouldn't be shocked if the Jets don't even make the playoffs. Unfortunately, the odds on that aren't very good. It's only plus 130. I saw yesterday. Aaron Rodgers is a great regular season. He used to be a great regular season quarterback. That wasn't the case last year. Everyone wanted to blame all these young receivers. Who are they going to blame this time around? No one. Rodgers got a complete pass last season. So I find it funny as a Dolphins fan. I'm happy that Aaron Rodgers is there. I'm happy that expectations are sky high. He turns 40 years old. Everyone has a distorted view of the aging quarterback because of Tom Brady. Not many guys do what Tom Brady did. Okay, this is not Tom Brady to the Buccaneers. Thank you, Tito. Tito weighing in. Something else I wanted to weigh in on here, a developing situation, of course, in the NBA. Kawhi Leonard out again here tonight. The player empowerment era in the NBA. You can't allow players to come into your franchise and just completely take over and hijack everything that you have. Look at the Clippers here. Look at this situation with Kawhi Leonard, Paul George. They completely bent over backwards for these guys, especially Kawhi. A little bit for Paul George. They've given them everything, catered to them. And what have they gotten in return? Absolutely nothing. There's got to be a form of a partnership here where they say, hey, Kawhi, we're going to pay you $45 million a year. That's a lot of money. In return for that, we need you to give us everything you have. If you're a little bit hurt, you got to get on the court. You know, you can't alienate yourself from the team. You think players on the team resent Kawhi Leonard? I absolutely do. He puts them in an awful situation. So that's one situation with the Clippers where player empowerment, you bend over for these guys. It doesn't work out. Remember what happened with the Brooklyn Nets? We're not far removed from that either. How did that work out with KD and Kyrie Irving when they gave them everything they wanted? Those guys got more coaches fired than they won playoff series, for God's sakes. And now they're sitting there with Ben Simmons on their bench. They just got swept out of the first round. Meanwhile, you take a look at the last two champions in the NBA. The Golden State Warriors and the Milwaukee Bucks. Now, would you look at those teams and say the players treat the organizations like dog shit and they completely take advantage of the organizations? Absolutely not. There's a lot of respect there. You know, people try to copy what LeBron did a little bit, shades of it, where, you know, trying to go somewheres and build a super team situation. But it was Pat Riley who was calling the shots in Miami. Sure, LeBron had some say. And LeBron, you know, LeBron tries to be GM, and there's been some ups and downs along the way. But still, he's won championships everywhere he's gone. People try to replicate this. It doesn't work when you bend over for these guys and just give them whatever they want, and then they treat you like shit. there's got to be some mutual respect. You got to let the coaches coach. You got to let the front office manage the roster. For God's sakes, it's an absolute disaster. So yeah, I guess I'm kind of happy to see it. Do I think it's going to mean the end of the player empowerment era? Probably not. Look what's probably going to happen to James Harden. Things aren't looking so good for the Sixers, by the way. Joel Embiid, he's not even a guarantee to start the next series here, the second round. James Harden's probably going to go back to Houston on a max deal. Take every second game off to hang out at the strip club, probably. He's not the player he once was, but the Houston Rockets will completely bend over for him. That's how things work in the NBA, but it doesn't work. There's got to be a mutual respect, goddammit. So yeah, the player empowerment era, it probably won't come to an end, but I do enjoy... I don't like seeing Kawhi injured by any means. It kind of sucks life out of these series. Same idea with Embiid potentially missing some time as well, but you cannot have your cake and eat it too. Does that expression apply here? I don't know, but yeah, we'll see how the Clippers make out tonight. It might be the end of their season here, and there's not a whole lot they can do because they do have Kawhi inked long term, and I don't think he'll be opting out of that contract anytime soon. Okay, guys, it's now time for today's Handicapper Heat Check presented by VegasInsider.com, your home for the best expert picks in the business since 1997. Today's featured expert is Mark Franco, who's on fire, 10-0 across all sports over the last 3 days. Micah Roberts went 5-0 last night in the NBA and is on a 29-7 run here in the playoffs. And Bill Marzano continued his hot streak with a 13-2 all-sports record in the last 2 days. Visit VegasInsider.com/picks for tonight's best bets. Set your Handicapper Heat Check. Stay hot, bettors. Yeah. All right, that about does it here for today, guys. Get in and out fairly quickly when I am flying solo. I will not be flying solo, though, tomorrow. Ian will be back in, and we will be weighing in, of course, with our favorite picks for the NBA, NHL, and Major League Baseball, reacting to the latest NFL draft movement. Will Levis moving up the board here, apparently. We'll see what happens there. So on Reddit, spreading some rumors, and the sports books are reacting, maybe just trying to manage their risk a little bit, but we'll see where those odds are at tomorrow and break them down a little bit. We'll be on the eve of the draft tomorrow. I'm very excited for that. So that does it for today's show. Thank you very much, dear viewer, for tuning in. Thank you to producer Tito for producing today. Best of luck with your bets tonight, unless, of course, you're fading me. And as always, keep chasing that paper. Woo! Yeah!